Hi guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking money because who doesn't want to make money when they are still a college student? I mean, if you're one of them, okay, but as for me, I really wanted to make money when I started coming to college. So most of you are probably wondering why people really like studying abroad and coming to countries like the United States to study. It's because countries like the USA have opportunities for students to work while they're still learning and going to classes every day. So I'm mainly going to share about my own experiences, but I'll throw out things that other people out there do so that you know your options. And if you do it differently, please share in the comment section. Tell people how you do it. You never know, it might help one or two people. Okay, so to those of you who are nosy like I am, don't expect me to be sharing how much I make because TMI, okay? But if you want to know, honestly, you can reach out to me and we can talk about it. College students here in the United States work on campus during the semesters. It could be fall semester, spring semester, or summer semester, which is something that I have done since I was a freshman. I've always been working on campus, and if you are wondering what it means to work on campus, this basically means working with any department at your college that is offering direct services to college students. So it could be the admissions office, the housing and residence life, the rec center, which people normally call the gym. It could be the cafeteria. It can literally be any department at your college that's working with college students. International students can only work for 20 hours per week, but domestic students can work for 25 hours per week. So when you're working 20 hours per week, you have 40 hours in 2 weeks, and most schools will pay you bi-weekly, so you get income every 2 weeks from the hours that you would have worked. I do want to mention that minimum wages are different depending on the state. For example, in Ohio, the minimum wage is about $10.45, and then in California, the minimum wage is about $15.50. In New York, their minimum wage will be $16 starting in January. In Arizona, their minimum wage is $14. So again, it has to do with the cost of living in the state that you're going to school in. So if you're working and you're earning $14 per hour and you're working 20 hours per week, you basically have 14 times 20, which is $280 per week. That's gross income. You have taxes, they'll take some money off of that, but you're making roughly $280 per week. That's how some students do it here in the United States. So is it possible to make $1,000 in 1 week as a student in college? Yeah, as long as the minimum wage or the amount of money you get per hour is a little higher to match the $1,000 that you can make per month. So, okay, let's backtrack to when I came to the US as a freshman. I came in 2020, so that was during COVID year. There was the pandemic, and it was just a difficult year, to be honest. But when I came, I didn't know anything. I'm a first generation student, so that explains that no one had been in the United States from my family to explain to me how it goes. So I was just trying to get resources on my own to figure out, okay, how can I do this? What's my next step? I spent the whole semester as a freshman not working because, again, I didn't know how it's done. But then I had an interaction with international students who were here on campus, and they explained to me how it's done, and they explained to me that it's actually possible to cash in $10,000 per year as an international student working in Ohio. So when they said that, I was like, 10 what? Because you all know that when you hear monies like this and you're coming from an African country that really doesn't speak monies like that for people going to school, you'll be surprised, and you're kind of asking yourself, what should I do to make this happen? So I then figured out that international students are allowed to work on campus and off campus. So students are eligible to work on campus while they're enrolled as full-time students at that school, but then once you graduate, then it's over. That's it for you, and you gotta figure out something else. All right, so now the question is, can I work off campus? Now, off campus means more money. It also means more exposure, and it also means more connections. So most people strive to want to work off campus, but international students are not allowed to work off campus. I was told that literally the first day that I came to the United States. They told me that if I work off campus without work authorizations, I might be putting my visa status at risk and I can go back home anytime. So international students cannot work off campus, but domestic students can work off campus. It's difficult difficult though to balance school, working on campus and off campus. So some of them don't even work off campus, even though they have the opportunity to do it. So as long as you meet the qualifications that they need, or like that a company is looking for, then you can work for that company. So then for international students, provided that you cannot work off campus, maybe you guys are asking me like, okay, Tafazgo, so how did you go to the University of Florida? How did you go to Mayo Clinic? Does it mean you're coming back home soon? No. Okay, because you can get work authorizations to work off campus. One is a CPT. You can get a CPT, but with a CPT, you're only allowed to work within a semester. So it can be fall semester, spring semester, or summer semester. You cannot use it during winter break because winter break is not a semester. When you get a CPT, you generally have to enroll in a class. Usually it's different depending on which college you're working with. I am in the College of STEM, so I had to enroll in the STEM co-op because I was doing my internships that are related to my degree that I was studying. And that's the case with everyone else. You have to get a job that's related to the degree that you're studying in school. So then with a CPT, you can either get a part-time CPT and work part-time, which is 20 hours per week, or you can get a full-time CPT, which is basically anything over 20 hours. But I like to go for 40 hours because that's the average full-time hours that people work in the real world. I have used the CPT in my summer of 2022 and in the summer of 2023. When you're a senior, you cannot use a CPT in your last semester of senior year. So in cases that you cannot use your CPT, for example, seniors like me, like I mentioned, or people who have already graduated from their undergraduate programs or from their postgraduate programs, you can use an OPT. That one is called optional practical training. It's optional, but most people go for it because, again, who doesn't want to make money? But anyways, you can use an OPT and it allows you to work off campus full-time or part-time. So OPT can be pre-completion or it can be post-completion. Pre-completion means you can get it before you graduate, so your last semester of senior year, or even as a sophomore or as a junior, you can get your pre-completion OPT. The only thing is you can only use it for 12 months. And if you have used your OPT for 12 months, then that's it, because you cannot get more months. Unless if you're in the College of STEM, you can get an extension and get 2 additional years, which is 24 months on top of the 12 months that you would have used your OPT. And then the post-completion OPT is also valid for 12 months. You can get an extension, but you get this only after you have graduated from your school, either postgraduate or undergraduate program. So yes, when people have those work authorizations, then they can work off campus and they can make more money, more connections, and get more exposure. So I'm just glad that in as much as I came in freshman year not knowing anything, now I'm a senior and I know how things are done. I know how to grab those opportunities and make money. So I hope that this will help a few of you guys out there who are wondering, how can I work as an international student? How do I do it without risking my stay here in the United States? For domestic students, most of them have grown up here. They know how it's done, okay? They are not new to this. So maybe this video might not have been super helpful, but for anyone who was nosy like I am and wondering why people like to go and study abroad in countries like the United States, this is one of the reasons. You are allowed to work while you're a student, and this is how we do it. Thank you guys for watching until the end. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section. I'll see you guys next time on our next video. If you have any topic suggestions, again, put them in the comment section or text me. You all have my Instagram, okay? You can DM me and I will make sure I record those videos. Bye. Vaseline. Let's talk about Vaseline, guys. This thing here is magical, okay? Guys, don't ask me why I'm holding a huge Vaseline